Hindi naman po overnight itong sa ICC. Halos 7 taon po ang tinagal po nito at 7 taon din po na pinag-aralan itong kaso na to. But again, on the side of the Quadcom, sabi ko nga po, parang na bigyan lalo ng importansya yung mga nagawa na hearings ng Quadcom.
And then when we speak of trial, there will be compulsory processes, no? Like subpoenas. So if the ICC, International Criminal Court, will issue a subpoena, probably the Philippine government or the committee will exercise its discretion whether or not to cooperate, with or comply with the issuance of this subpoena. But then again, probably the discussions, the deliberations, and the testimonies uttered before the Quadcom hearings probably would enlighten the judges of the International Criminal Court, probably to have more evidence for the trial against the former president.
Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Yung submissions po ni Matabato, Las Cañas ng drug war victims po, it's already substantial by themselves. But of course, marami pong evidence about the drug war that only surfaced during the Quadcom probe po. With the developments yesterday, is the House Quad Committee now more willing to share documents to the ICC that could help move the trial along? I know you said before na hindi po kayo open kasi public record naman siya, but of course this is now trial and iba po yung bigat ng official records coming from the House of Representatives.
Well, first of all, we would like to defer to the position of the chairpersons of the committee on how to proceed, especially with the release of the official records. But nonetheless, as what have been mentioned by the other branches of government, the Supreme Court in affirming the continuing obligations of our government with regards to matters or issues that have been presented and submitted before 2018 or 2018, no? If I'm not for as part of our continuing obligations, I think that would be a point of consideration. Kung ano man ang gagawin ng komite, I think it will be consistent with our continuing obligations under the ICC despite our withdrawal in 2019.
Yung lang to add na lang, this actually cements the recommendations of the Quadcom kasi nakita naman po natin nung end po yung nakaraang session na nasabi naman po at nabigkas ang mga recommendations ng Quadcom. So, siguro nabigyan po ng validation. Hindi naman po dapat i-validate pero nabigyan ng validation po yung buong hearings ng Quadcom. At hindi naman po overnight itong sa ICC. Halos 7 taon po ang tinagal po nito at 7 taon din po na pinag-aralan itong kaso na to. But again, on the side of the Quadcom, sabi ko nga po, parang na bigyan lalo ng importansya yung mga nagawa na hearings ng Quadcom.
Well, for me, considering that we will be expecting a trial, soon, and then when we speak of trial, there will be compulsory processes, like subpoenas. So if the ICC, International Criminal Court, will issue a subpoena, probably the Philippine government or the committee will exercise its discretion whether or not to cooperate, with or comply with the issuance of this subpoena. But then again, probably the discussions, the deliberations, and the testimonies uttered before the Quadcom hearings probably would enlighten the judges of the International Criminal Court, probably to have more evidence for the trial against the former president. So I guess if a compulsory process, for instance, a subpoena will be issued, most likely the committee will follow with that subpoena.
Just to clarify, sir, you mean if the ICC issues a subpoena to the committee, you think the committee will turn over the documents and evidence that they have?
Yes, that's my personal understanding. Even the Philippines is no longer a party because of the withdrawal. The ICC has already acquired jurisdiction over this case. And as mentioned, the testimonies of the witnesses who appeared before this committee investigations are publicly available. But if they really want the testimonies, the official transcript, as well as other pieces of evidence, of course, in adherence to the subpoena, probably the committee will comply.
Thank you for that. Yung next question ko naman po, speaking of the recommendations of the Quadcom, what will happen now to the recommendation to file domestic charges against the former president under RA 9851? Kasi unless he is granted interim release under Article 60 of the Rome Statute, it's possible that he may not come home anymore until the end of the trial po. So what will happen to that?
You're asking if the Philippine government will still file under our current statute. I guess it's up to the administration or the present government. No? But considering that the ICC has already acquired jurisdiction over this case, and we have to emphasize that the crime filed or the charges filed against the former president is crimes against humanity, a crime that the ICC has jurisdiction, and if the ICC felt that there's no genuine prosecution of these particular allegations or these crimes, then definitely the ICC will come in. So, in other words, ito po ay protection doon sa mga bansa na kung talagang hindi nakakakuha ng hustisya, no, yung mga biktima or yung pamilya ng mga biktima, the ICC will come in, no? And there are specific charges where ICC can only take jurisdiction, and one of the crimes is crimes against humanity, and the other crimes are crimes of aggression, genocide, and war crimes. So these are specific crimes wherein the ICC can come in. Even the Philippines has already withdrawn in the Rome Statute. The fact remains that the case was filed prior to its withdrawal. In other words, the ICC has already acquired jurisdiction, and that is why the case prospered.
Last na po, kaninang umaga, the OVP confirmed that VP Sara has flown to the Netherlands na po to follow former President Duterte. For Attorney Bongalon, how will this affect the impeachment process po?
Well, the first thing that comes on my mind, probably, nawala na po ng isang defense lawyer, si VP Sara, right? Kasi 'di ba nung pumutok yung issue about the impeachment, isa sa mga nag-signify that will stand as legal counsel will be former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. So with the arrest, and then they are now en route to The Hague, Netherlands, isa yan siguro sa mga epekto or implikasyon na mawawala ng isang defense counsel. Ito pong si VP Sara Duterte.
Thank you, Chris Chanel. Let's now turn to Tina Panganiban Perez from GMA7.
At least sa akin hindi po. Sir, baliktad naman yung tanong ko. What if may makuhang bagong evidence yung ICC on EJK? Gagamitin po ba yun ng prosecution in the impeachment trial? Pwede nating hingin yon?
Well, we can consider that because, again, any and all evidence that will, of course, make our case more strong or stronger, definitely can be used against the impeachment complaint. But probably, if we can remember that the articles of impeachment was already filed before the Senate, and it's voluminous, and all the pieces of evidence were already attached to there. But of course, if there are other testimonial evidence, other witnesses who are willing to testify before the Senate sitting as an impeachment trial court, definitely we can consider that. But as of this moment, we have to study and we have to discuss it along with all other prosecution, the public as well as the private prosecutors.
Sir, pag may pag ongoing na yung impeachment trial, kailangan po bang magpaalam ni VP Sara kung meron siyang trips abroad, whether personal or official?
Well, for me, I cannot answer that as of this moment because, you know, when the impeachment trial, the trial per se has already started, trips by the respondent should be requested, I think, before the court. Because in ordinary litigation practice, if yung akusado ay gusto mag-travel abroad, kailangan po mag-seek ng permission sa husgado or sa judge. So again, that question would be best if we could ask the Senate once the trial start by, I don't know, when.
Opo, sir. Sir, on the tasking naman, sabi po kasi ni Kong Chua, may mga assignments na po kayo ng articles. Ano po yung assignment po ninyo, sir? Kong Jill?
Well, I was tasked to handle Article 2 of the Articles of Impeachment plus Article 3. And we are given the free will to join other articles, but I guess these two articles are already enough for me to handle, because we are considering that we will be discussing confidential funds of the OBP as well as the Department of Education, and Article 3 is with respect to the bribery among the officials of the DepEd. So these are the matters that were discussed thoroughly in the investigations of the Committee on Good Government. So with these two articles, for me, sapat na para sa akin, no, i-handle at pag-aralan. At yung iba naman, of course, yung mga kasama namin, we have already distributed, no, the taskings. Meron nang naka-assign sa Article 1 and other articles. So yun po yung mga napag-usapan namin, no, during the previous meetings. And this is in preparation for the upcoming trial.
Thank you, sir.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw. Bunyog, bunyog.